The Women on Board program, igniting the next generation of women entrepreneurs from the Middle East, North Africa. This week, we had the privilege to welcome 12 incredible entrepreneurs from all over the region here in Washington, D.C.
The program actually focusing about 8 cities in the MENA region and brought together 2,000 women entrepreneurs that have super early stage startup to established businesses to participate in a startup competition that actually enables them not just to get connected with opportunities in terms of investment, but also to enhance their skills.
We wanted to show them how the entrepreneurial ecosystem works in DC. We partnered up with the KISS Foundation, with Halcyon, with George Washington University, with Georgetown University, and we show them what are the best of this ecosystem.
This is my first time in the United States, in Washington, D.C. Everything was nice and beauty.
We get to know each other online before, and it was like the sweet part of all the journey. And we had to get to know each other deeply, and
it was really useful to get to know lots of other cultures too. It's an eye-opener to different cultures, even if they're Middle Eastern.
Today, AT&T welcomed the women of WeMENA, where they're training and providing the right exposure and building communities around these female entrepreneurs who are solving social mission problems such as health and education, STEM, energy, and food. These are critical sectors to our global world, and AT&T is proud to highlight and share the work that we're doing to support entrepreneurs who are solving social problems in efforts to revitalize our most impacted communities.
My session was about the intercultural aspect of interacting in the business world. So you can be the most amazing entrepreneur, chemist, engineer, etc. But what if you now have to interact across cultures to either work with your suppliers, your customers, or investors?
This week in Washington at the World Bank, we were pleased to welcome the top 10 winners of the WeMENA initiative. We engaged with them from different units of the World Bank. They shared their experiences. They talked to our colleagues. They sought advice. And they were fortunate, as we were, to be able to meet our CEO, Ms. Kristalina Georgieva, who gave them advice, who engaged with them, who said something fundamentally important for the World Bank. And that is that these women entrepreneurs, be it in the Middle East and North Africa region, in Africa, in Asia, or in Latin America, are essential to the growth of the economy and to shared prosperity.
Actually, what really made me feel happy, the support from the World Bank. When we go there, visit other staff, they asked us to state our needs, just tell us what we need from us in order to help you. It was like, oh, thanks God.
So it was really interesting coming from the Middle East, all of us, to share with them our experiences on the ground and to hear their perspectives as people based in the States.
Through these 4 days here in Washington, D.C. have inflated a lot of energy in all of us, but I believe in continuity. And personally, relying on a network of people that I can trust, people that can introduce me to their networks, and I feel if we find a way to converge our activities and see how we can support each other, we will have better impact than staying each one in their silos.
12 women that were in the room today performed at some of the highest levels that I've ever seen before. I predicted that this was possible after my experience with them in Casablanca and listening to their startup pitches and their ideas and the unique ways and unorthodox ways that they were approaching with these novel solutions. But it was inspiring to be in that room today and to work with these women.
They have amazing imagination. I mean, they're thinking of all of these different businesses, different ways of taking people's time, people's energy, recycling trash, using sustainable forms of energy. And they also were extremely responsive to the exercises that I did with them.
It was exciting to see right in front of me the importance of sharing stories and sharing experiences, because clearly women can inspire each other by talking about their successes and sometimes their failures and what they learned from them.
In my experience, they're already really way far ahead in terms of the opportunities that they're going to have. And today we talked about networking and mentoring and really finding a web of support that can help them as they continue as entrepreneurs.
being surrounded with people with whom you share the same drive, the same values, maybe not the same characteristics or personality or even personal appearances, but the same drive and the same core values is something that is very powerful. I mean, it's something that you take and it pushes you to go forward, as opposed to being out there back to your own community where people are more interested into the day-to-day. When people have big dreams and you see them pursuing them, it makes you feel that everything is possible.
So it has been such an enriching experience. I have met people from all sorts of industries and roles, and they were there and they shared very personal and humble opinions. So for me, I was like a sponge, just grasping all these information.
As they depart to their respective countries, we had such an incredible time where we learned about one another, where we exchanged and discovered new cultures. Bon voyage!